Shalom, my friends. This is Simcha Hochbaum of Hebron. This time filming from my sukkah inside the ancient Avram Avinu neighborhood. Everyone knows Sukkot is the headquarters of joy. Sukkot is the Rosh Hashanah where God makes a decision how much joy we're going to have in our life. And this is the time to draw Simcha for our entire year. This week in Hebron, the Jewish community of Hebron suffered a terrible loss with the death of Miriam Levinger and the modern-day matriarch of Hebron. There's a verse in the book of Psalms, chapter 76, where there King David describes the future redemption, and the Yerushalayim is described as a sukkah. And one day, Yerushalayim will be turned into a sukkah and God's dwelling place in Zion. And the Vilna Gaon, whose yahrzeit falls out during the holiday of Sukkot, said, why do we compare Yerushalayim to a sukkah? Why not compare it to something more solid, more stable, like a fortress or a compound? But you know, there's a special law when it comes to the sukkah. The sukkah has to be ta'aseh v'lo min asui. One cannot rely on a already pre-built sukkah, but one has to be active in rebuilding it and physically making the sukkah a dwelling place for God's divine presence. One has to physically shake the schach and do some action in the building of the sukkah. And just like the sukkah has to be us building it and not pre-built or prefabbed, so too the ultimate redemption is going to be with us building the land of Israel and us being active participants and partners in the redemption of the land of Israel. Rabbi Simcha Levinger exemplified this with all our energy and all our strength of building the communities of Yudan and Shomron, pioneering the Jewish people's return here in Hebron, living in horrific conditions in Beit Hadassah, roughing it all through terrorism and other political barriers and obstacles. Crazily enough, in the year 1987, my wife studied in our gap year in the one-year program. And here she came to Hebron, to the Avram Avinu neighborhood. Rabbi Simcha Levinger addressed the girls and told them her vision and her dream of how one day Hebron will be a vibrant Jewish community, filled with children, filled with Jewish life. After this very moving presentation, my wife was so moved, she decided to go up to the rooftop of the ancient synagogue of the Avram Avinu community. And there she prayed, posed for a picture. And exactly on those ruins, where she stood, today is where I lived for the last 25 years with my wife and 6 children. And this was inspired by Rabbi Simcha Levinger's words. We hope that she should continue to advocate on behalf of Israel and be fighting for the Jewish people's rights here in Hebron and throughout the land of Israel. May we all be blessed with a Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom, blessings of peace and of joy from Hebron. Shalom, shalom.